morning, YouTube and Lions fan. This your boy, The Bridge, aka the most delusional Lions fan that you were ever going to meet. So yesterday's video, I received a lot of comments. People saying, "Man, you're crazy. There's no way the Lions not going to the playoffs. Whoop whoop whoop. This and that. The average things that people say to us Lions fans. But I ain't hearing none of that. Because one, I received some comments from a Bears fan. We play them. Today we gonna see what's up. Then another one was Oakland Raiders fan, and that's enough to laugh right there. People say the Lions ain't got nothing to, laugh about and all of this, because we don't have a Super Bowl. But I mean, Oakland haven't been good since Oakland was good, and then the Cowboys fans they can just stay out my comments, because if you're a true Lions fan, then you know that the Cowboys cheated us in the playoffs when we made it. The most recent years with the pass interference call. We ain't even got to dive deep into that, but if you know, you know the pass interference call against the Cowboys in the playoffs. It was definitely a game changer and kind of ruined our chances of winning. But it is what it is. We got an apology again from the league officials, but we ain't gonna get into that. So yeah, we did receive some negative comments and everything, but the Lions fans, the true Lions fans, was definitely standing strong with your boy yesterday. So we gonna just talk about in this video today. We gonna break down like some injuries that we got already. Yes, the Lions got hit with the injury bug, but hopefully it's not too serious. We could just spray it with a little bit of repellent and we can get back to it. Then we're gonna be talking about how Stafford gonna pick apart the Bears secondary, and we also gonna be talking about our running backs because we have a solid running back, like running core, and like that's real. When you look at who we have and if they can get it together, like if Bevel really put it together, how he did it in Minnesota or how he did it in Seattle, like if he can put it together, then the Lions is gonna be scary, like really, and that's just real. Nobody else has a receiving core like us, and then the running backs that we have is like second to none. So we're gonna talk about that a little bit. Then we also gonna be talking about if Khalil Mack is gonna be playing today because that can, give us, a little bit more assurances as to how the game's gonna go. And then after we talk about Mac, we're gonna break down how I feel Stafford should, do this game, and like I'm gonna give you my game prediction, and we're gonna, end it on that note. So first things first, let's talk about these injuries, man. Every year the Lions we get hit with the injury bug, and that's like no exaggeration. Like every year, every team deals with injuries. Okay, cool, but the Lions, man, when they hit us, it's like it it come with like a haymaker, bro. Like it's like dang, like come on. Other teams, they missing guys that might be like third or fourth option. With the Lions, man, it's usually like that top dog. And they be like, bro, is you serious? Not again, man. How I'm gonna argue this? Like last year we got hit with the injury bug. Stafford went down. Then we had a few, on Johnson. Back to back years he dealing with injuries. And then this year, before the season even started, we got Galladay that's questionable with a hamstring. We got Deshaun Hand growing, Vitae, the offensive tackle that we just brought in for the running game. He dealing with a foot injury. Danny Amendola questionable for a hamstring. Jeff Okuda, the number 3 pick we just drafted, he dealing with a hamstring injury. Who else? We got 2 that's not even listed. Their injuries not listed, and that's Julian Okwara and Daryl Roberts. And then Hunter Bryant at tight end, he's missing. Going to be questionable with a hamstring. C.J. Moore, safety, he's out. With a hamstring. So it's like, damn, bro. Like the Lions just really not stretching, bro. Like all of these hamstring injuries, and we knew it was gonna be a little tough with the injuries and stuff because of the environment today's society that we live in. The NFL had to miss those preseason games, and they usually help guys get their body into shape and everything. But it's just like, bro, why so many hamstrings, bro? We got 5 players with hamstring injuries, and then one with a growing injury and one with a foot injury. Foot that's kind of different. Hamstring and groin, I feel like, you know, yeah, those happen, but it's like, dang, bro, five of them, and then two, we don't even know what's going on with them, because they injuries not listed, but they questionable. So it's just like every year it's an uphill battle with injuries with the Lions. You're like, we have a chance to start off, good or whatever, and then it's like our number one wide receiver he goes down. I'm not really too worried about Jeff Okuda because our cornerbacks. We have some seasoned guys. At that position, so it's like that's not really a big need, but the one that I do want to point out was Deshaun Hand because I had him, doing big things this year. Granted he didn't play a lot last year, but I felt like this year would be like a breakout season for him. And I really felt that way. And then the Vitae that hurt a lot. That's a big guy. That is good on his feet, and it sucks that he has a foot injury. So it's like, bruh, So hopefully Galladay, he pulls together. He's healthy. By week two, like at 100%. Me personally, like if we had to, I'd rather him just sit this week. Because the Bears they're okay opponent, but if he had to miss any game, I would rather him miss this one. That's just real. Um, Now let's get into these running backs. All right, so now the Detroit Lions running backs, man. If you haven't been paying attention to what's going on and you a Lions fan, then it's just like, bro, like you really need to just go ahead and turn in your card. You feel me? Like because one, we just signed Adrian Peterson, the dude that used to give us. Adrian Peterson used to do the Lions so dirty, bro. And and that's so real. So the fact that we got him on our team, yeah, he a little bit older or whatever, but if he do, like kind of what Reggie Bush did when we saw Reggie Bush. If you don't remember, Reggie Bush was one of the last Lions to run. What was it, 100 yards or something like that? To Kerryon Johnson, recently just did it, or whatever. But Reggie Bush and Adrian Peterson, they both came as veterans, seasoned guys, but you can't really compare Reggie to Adrian Peterson because Reggie was a dog in college and he was even nice in the NFL, but Adrian Peterson has dominated the NFL at that running back position, and that's facts. Like last year, the man almost rushed for 1,000, and that was with Washington football team not even wanting to give him a lot of touches. He still almost ran for 1,000. Averaging what was it, like 5 carries? 5 yards per carry. So it's like you really got to take into account that we just got a season running back or whatever that's still vicious, and that's he's still like that. You could tell like when they asked him in the press conference, the press conference they said, so do you expect to start? And like I know he wanted to be like hell yeah, but he kept it cool. He was just like I'm just worried about learning the offense, but Bevel brought him in. Bevel was there when he got drafted from Pittsburgh, so we already know how, what that's about. And Kerryon Johnson, he see it. If we see all of these running backs being signed and being drafted, Kerryon see it too. He was supposed to be in the second coming. And he got hit with that injury bug. Cause me personally, I feel like the man is a beast. He a great running back. But it just kind of brought me back to, if you're a Lions fan, kind of brought me back to that Amir Abdullah situation. We brought Amir Abdullah in. We like, yo, he's fast, he's shifty. And Amir Abdullah and Deandre Swift kind of remind me of each other. But I'm talking about like the status of how we looked at Kerryon Johnson. We looked at him how we looked at Amir Abdullah like, yo, he's going to be the guy. Ooh, and then boom, the injury. And then it's like, oh, come on, man. So we're like, okay, we'll ride with you. Second season, boom, the injury. So it's like, man, the Lions, we always dealing with these injuries, man. And But Kerryon Johnson, he see it and he know like, bro, I'm fighting for my position right now. Like I'm fighting for my NFL career right now, and that's real. Like once you get let go from the team that drafted you as a running back, usually when you look at all the running backs, like it's not too often that they excel somewhere else because you already don't got the the wear and tear on your body, you know, he already two knee surgeries in or whatever. So it's like, and I don't did he have surgery? Well, he already don't injure his knee like twice, so it's like, man, and then he wearing a brace, because it gives him a peace of mind and stuff. So he know like he got to have a hell of a season, because the Lions might still after he have a good season or not still might part ways with him, if Swift show if Swift really like give them something they like, so because Adrian Peterson he's not gonna be like a franchise running back for us. He at the end of his career. He just he looking to do his thing. And he gonna give us what he gonna give us. We gonna probably get probably like a 50, 60-yard game for him. He might break out and give us a few 100-yard games, but he's not gonna be giving us no 200, 300-yard games. Like we know that we expect that from Swift. Or we expect that from Kerryon Johnson. And Deandre Swift is another guy I want to talk about because um, he had a lot of hype coming out of college, and he deserves it. I watched his films and I seen him running and, like at Georgia, the dude was nasty, and like he's nasty. And it's crazy his name is Swift because when he runs, like you can see he got that bounce, he got that bounce to him, and he makes everything just look smooth or whatever. And I like that, but hopefully it, turns over to the NFL because when a lot of runners like that, come from college and go to the NFL, they look totally different. Like the guy's speed in the NFL is different. You got linebackers running, 4.4s and 4.5s, so it's like everybody's fast, bro. So hopefully he can make that transition and be successful. But the dark horse out of this whole running core to me is Todd Johnson because last year when Kerryon Johnson went down, Todd Johnson he stepped up and then he got hit with a little injury, but like he showed to me he looks better than Kerryon. I just feel like Kerryon has the organization, a little bit more because of the draft pick he was at, and that's just all realness. Um, when they draft somebody that high, you wanna use that, investment. You wanna make sure they reach their potential because you don't want to look crazy. And the Lions have been known for looking crazy. Eric Ebron, for example, picked this man super high and he didn't give us nothing and then he goes to the coast and he's looking like a pro bowler. Or if he did, I think he might have made the Pro Bowl. So yeah, man, so Todd Johnson, he's definitely a dark horse in all of this, because he just sitting patient. They got him sitting patient or whatever and he might end up beating Swift out for that spot this year. You know, Swift might just take this year as a learning curve. I don't know. They don't usually sit running backs for the first year, but I mean, if Kerryon have a great year, Adrian Peterson have a great year, and then Todd Johnson he do what he needs to do. I don't think we should be letting Swift carry the load like that. Like having 14, the 20 carries a game. I feel like just get a man like a good, 5, 9 carries, 9 carries a game. Spread it out. Spread it out. Then, like don't overwork them because a lot of times running backs come in the league and get overworked, and then you don't see them for much longer after that. You know. So yeah, I feel like our running back core is definitely great. I feel like we definitely have like one of the best running back cores in the league, and they put a lot of work into that offensive line. We'll talk about that in the next episode. But we're gonna wrap it up with talking about the Bears defense and how I feel Stafford can be effective. So the Bears, well, one Khalil Mack might not even play today. you know. And if he don't play today, Stafford is gonna have a field day, because you know if you get Stafford time, if you give Stafford time, it's over. Like Stafford get 4 seconds. If he get 4 to 5 seconds, it's over. Like you can't let him sit in there too long. He gonna find somebody. You know, it's gonna be a big play, or you know he gonna take off. You know, and I've been liking that. I've been seeing Stafford. You know, he been, if it's open, he's starting to take off. I like that. All right. So I just feel like nobody in the secondary for the Bears can really hang with any of our receivers. Who's gonna check Marvin Jones? Who's gonna check Hall? Who, if Kenny play? Who gonna guard Kenny today? You know, like it's just like, bruh, who gonna handle our tight ends and Hawkinson? Because Hawkinson got a lot to prove. We gonna talk about them tight ends in the next episode too. Um, but I just feel like Stafford gonna have a field day today, especially if Khalil Mack don't play and he have a lot of time. And even if Khalil do play, you know, like our offensive line has been really improved. So you know we gonna see what happened today. You know, y'all definitely gonna be getting a update after the game from me. And just to give you my prediction, I got the Lions winning 28-7. That's no cap. All right. So yeah, man, y'all stay tuned for the next episode. This is your boy The Bridge, aka the most delusional Lions fan that you're ever gonna meet. All right. Stay tuned, y'all.